So today we are revising this poem, Childhood by Marcus Netton. और इस पोएम में we will talk about the fact that once the things, suppose something you lose something, really very difficult to get that back. Specifically, you cannot get back the abstract things, the things which cannot be touched, happiness, sadness, time, relations, people. ये चीज़ें एक बार ज़िंदगी से चली जाएं तो मिलती नहीं है दोबारा. इस पोएम में भी मार्कस नेटन एनालाइज कर रहा है उस वक्त को. ही इज़ ट्राइंग टू फाइंड आउट दैट डे और दैट पर्टिकुलर मोमेंट or that particular time when he has lost his childhood. And to find out that particular time, that particular moment, he is analyzing different situations and different incidents of his life so that he can fix the particular date when he left his childhood and he became a mature one. And to do so, he is analyzing various aspects. Like the first aspect, he is analyzing कि maybe he has become mature the day when he ceased to be 11 or 12 and he entered into his teens. क्या उस दिन उसका बचपन खोया था? The day when he crossed the age of 11 and 12 or something like that and he entered into his teenage. Was that the day जिस दिन वो mature हो गया था? क्या एक एज से दूसरे एज में एंट्री लेना, ट्रांजिशन करना ही मैच्योरिटी है? क्या उस दिन उसके अंदर मैच्योरिटी आ गई थी जब उसने अपनी बचपन को छोड़ा और टीनेज में एंट्री ली? वॉज दैट द डे? ही इज जस्ट अज्यूमिंग, ही इज नॉट श्योर कि ये वो दिन था. देन ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट किया उस दिन, और वॉज दैट द डे व्हेन आई रियलाइज दैट दीज टू वेल नोन places which are discussed time and again in our society, these two renowned places called hell and heaven, are imaginary. When you try to find them out on a geographic map over there, you cannot find hell or heaven anywhere, but you see people talking about them prominently, exclusively. People fight in the name of heaven. People are manipulated in the name of hell and heaven. We will do these works, we will go to hell. We will do these kind of good works, we will go to heaven. You will do this, so you will get heaven. You will do this, you will rot in hell. Like this, ऐसा कहकर लोगों को डराकर दुनिया को बहुत सारे काम करवा लिए जाते हैं दुनिया से. But when you try to find the location of hell and heaven, you cannot find them anywhere, you don't find them anywhere. Was that the day? उस दिन जिस दिन मुझे इस बात का एहसास हो गया कि ये दोनों प्लेस इमेजिनरी हैं, रियलिटी में इनको ढूंढने निकलो, यू कैन नॉट फाइंड देम एनीवेयर, नीदर ऑन द जियोग्राफिकल मैप नॉर इन द रियल वर्ल्ड. सो दिस मीन्स ये एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करते हैं हम लोगों के साथ. Was that the day जिस दिन मुझे इस बात का रियलाइजेशन हो गया that hell and heaven do not exist anywhere over there on this planet earth, they are all imaginary? क्या जिस दिन मुझे इतनी समझ आ गई उस दिन मेरा बचपन खो गया था? Was that the day I lost my childhood and entered into adulthood? क्या उस दिन मैं बड़ा हो गया था? क्या ये दो सच्चाइयाँ जिस दिन मुझे पता चल गई उस दिन मेरा बचपन खो गया? कब गया मेरा बचपन? When did my childhood go? उस दिन जिस दिन मुझे रियलाइज हुआ that these adults are diplomatic, the day when I realized that they are double-faced people, the day when I realized that they are hypocrite, they show something else, they behave, they preach of love, they talk of love, they give lots of lecture on how to live with love with each other, they talk of harmony, they talk of togetherness, they talk of tolerance, they talk about all these things. But when it is time to act so lovingly, but when it is time to behave so lovingly, when it is time to live with love, then they are the first one to oppose. They are the first one to not behave in that loving manner. So the day I realized that these adults are not all they seem to be, whatever they are imposters. वो दिखते कुछ और हैं और होते कुछ और हैं. डबल फेस्ड पर्सनालिटी है इनकी, हिपोक्राइट हैं, ढोंगी हैं, ऊपर से कुछ और अंदर से कुछ और. The day I realized this, was that the day I lost my childhood? So again one more assumption, that the day when the poet got his brain that much developed that he could differentiate between normal people and hypocrite, was that the day that he lost his childhood? क्या इन्हीं सब वजह से मेरा बचपन खो गया? Was it because I started understanding the real nature of people? Was it because I started understanding that I am being manipulated in the name of hell and heaven? Was it because my mind started developing? And was that the day I ceased to be a kid and I got transformed into an adult one, a mature person? When did my childhood go? कब गया मेरा बचपन? Was it when I found my mind was really mine? उस दिन, जिस दिन I realized that I have my own brain. I can use it whichever way I choose. I can do whatever I do with the help of my brain. I can produce ideas, I can produce thoughts, and ideas and thoughts that will be purely mine. There will be no contribution of anybody over there in producing those thoughts and ideas. They will be purely and solely mine ideas. Was that the day when I realized that I have my own brain, I can take my own decisions, I don't have to follow anybody else. I am sufficient enough over there, my brain is sufficient enough to drive me. I can lead my life in my own way. Was that the day when I had this realization that I ceased to be a kid and I grew into a mature person? क्या वो दिन था जिस दिन मेरा बचपन खोया और मैं एक बड़े इंसान में कन्वर्ट हो गया? जिस दिन मुझे एहसास हुआ कि मेरा दिमाग मेरा है, मुझे दूसरों की बातें मानने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, मैं अपने दिमाग से चल सकता हूँ, अपने तरीके से अपनी ज़िंदगी को जी सकता हूँ. क्या उस दिन मैं बड़ा हो गया? पता नहीं. I just don't know where did my childhood go. In the end, the poet is saying, I just don't know कहाँ गया मुझे खुद नहीं पता. It feels like, it looks like it went to some forgotten place. लगता है किसी forgotten place में चला गया है, खो गया है, जहाँ से शायद मुझे वो दोबारा I will never be able to regain it. शायद मैं अब उसे दोबारा achieve ना कर पाऊँ. But yes, sometimes I can see my lost childhood on the face of an infant. एक छोटे से इनोसेंट से इन्फेंट के चेहरे को जब मैं देखता हूँ, आई रियलाइज ओ माई गॉड, माई चाइल्डहुड वॉज जस्ट लाइक सेम एज हिज इज सेम. I also had this kind of childhood. I can see my lost childhood on the face of an infant, but then I know that is his childhood, that is not mine. Mine one is lost somewhere, and I have tried my level best to find out where have I lost my childhood. Problem is this कि I am not able to find it, find the exact date, exact location, or the exact incident because of which I have lost my childhood. So in the entire poem, the poet Marcus Nathan is actually assuming and analyzing various aspects of the life where the narrator, the poet must have lost his childhood, but he is unable to come to any one conclusion over there. क्वेश्चंस की बात करें तो पहला क्वेश्चन यही आ जाता है कि व्हाट इज द पोएट ट्राइंग टू फाइंड आउट इन दिस पोएम. So the poet is trying to find out the exact date and time when he has lost his childhood. What are poet's views about hell and heaven? The poet knows that hell and heaven are imaginary, fictitious places. They do not exist in reality. And the poet also knows that people manipulate us in the name of hell and heaven, and they don't actually really exist in the world. They don't exist. होते ही नहीं हैं. What do you think? Why are the adults described as hypocrite over there? They are hypocrite because they talk of love, they preach of love, they give speeches on love, but when it is time for them to really act lovingly, they don't act so lovingly. They are double-faced people with double faces. They say something, their words do not match with their action. What is the importance of mind described in the poem? Yes, we all are bestowed upon, we all are blessed with a mind provided by God, provided by the nature, and we can use that mind in a proper way. We do not need to depend on anybody else for living our lives. We can use our own, we can produce our own thoughts, we can live our life in our way, we can distinguish between right and wrong, and all these can be done using your mind. So mind is one of the most powerful weapon which is provided to us by nature, and that can be used in a judicious way, in a positive way, in a proper way. And we should not be dependent on anybody for producing thoughts or for driving our lives. Our mind is sufficient enough over there to drive our lives. Question, where can he see his lost childhood? One liner answer, sometimes he can see his lost childhood on the face of an infant kid. एक छोटे से infant के चेहरे को जब वो देखता है, there he realizes that his childhood was just like the childhood of that infant. It used to be same. So he can find his lost childhood on the face of an infant, but he cannot find his own lost childhood. He feels that his own childhood has gone to some forgotten place. So this is the entire summary of the poem Childhood as well as important question and answers. I hope आप लोगों को समझ में आ गया.